Alright, birthday house, birthday house side, birthday house, birthday house side, house play, house side, Pasha house Kakadash, still violence the elder apostle, great love for Ruwell, sincere citation, the awesome puts in the truth, the call to forefront of the earth, to the fear and power, how about house side, the hope will let, and whose world is we call God, his name Yahweh, and whose world is we call Jesus Christ, his name Yahweh Shai. Every Hebrew Israelite that consisted of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indians, and those in line descendants go back to one of the 12 tribes of Israel due to the scattering amongst the nations. Alright? And this is video called Beginning of Sorrow. Alright? Because what's going on in with Russia and Ukraine. Alright? Those are just the rumors of war. Which is, you look up the Greek word rumor, it means report. Alright? They got actual war going on. But this is just the beginning of things to go down. This is just the beginning of sorrow. Alright? A lot of stuff gonna play tape that are the beginning of sorrow. But that's not the end all be all. Alright? We still got the MOTB, Revelation 13. And we still also have World War III. All right, Revelation 11, 14. You got Ezekiel 38. All right, Revelation 17. All right. But before we get to that, other things going to be taking place. All right. Time of Jacob trouble. So all these things, like I said, it's just the beginning of sorrows, all right? And the scripture gonna prove it, all right? So, to lock it in. Hold on. Oh boy. Well, this is Matthew. I'm gonna start up, and then the point will be down the way. But this is Matthew 24, and we might as well start at 1. And how Shai went out and departed from the temple, and the disciple came to him for to show him the building of the temple. And how Shai said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one thrown upon another, that shall not be thrown down. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciple came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? All right, so you think this is going to happen? Okay. When is it going to happen? And what's the sign that showing you that you're coming back? Okay. And that also indicate the end of the world, okay? Because we are in the last day, but the end of the world haven't happened yet. And the end of the world is talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, take it in chapter 6 there for Esau. It's the end of the world, and Jacob is beginning of it that follows, all right? So the whole way of Esau, Edom, is on a downfall, but it could be completely destroy and move out the way, all right, for the kingdom of heaven to be established, all right, and that could be with with violence, all right. And how shall I answer and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. Yeah, they got a lot of people that are going to be deceived, all right, by people perpetrating to be the anointed, to be the Lord, and they're not, all right? And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. See, so the end is not even yet, not even here yet, all right? Yeah, you got Russia and Ukraine, but that's not the end yet. All right, there's still many things that got to take place before we get to that. But these, what's going on now, can lead up, all right, other things for World War III to happen. but it's not the ban Ukraine and then World War III. No, many things gonna have to take place before we get to that. All right. These shall have a rear. Okay, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdoms, and there shall be famine. See, so famine on a large scale haven't happened yet. All right, but things that's been going on the past couple of years, especially last year. Now those things can be accelerated for the famine to hit. And pestilences, you already know what we've been doing for the last couple of years. All right, an earthquake in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So we just went through a list of things that are gonna that are signs to indicate that Yahushua is soon to come back. And it's just right here in verse 8, it said all these are beginning of sorrow. Alright? That's just the beginning of sorrow. And you read that in the NLT, verse 8, but all this is only the first of the birth pain with more to come. Damn. So we haven't seen nothing yet, and we haven't experienced anything yet on a biblical proportions as far as like Jacob's trouble, all right, the MOTB and World War III, man. This is just the first of the birth pain, all right. And it's just to talk about the birth pain, all right. I know it's not gonna be in here. I know it's gonna be in the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha will be here. Yeah, Isaiah. No, that's not it. Here it is. And then we're going to get the one in the Apocrypha. This is it. Yes, Isaiah 22:17, like as a woman with child that draws near the time of her delivery, is in pain and cries out in her pain, so have we been in thy sight, O Lord Yahweh Shai. Alright? So all the stuff that's going on. Well, let me get the ones that I really looking for in the Apocrypha. It's the Rock 31, and it's not it either. There we go. There we go. Documentaries. Alright. Alright, second Ezra 16 and 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not black. Okay. The plague draw nigh and are not black, as when a woman with child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth. Great pain compass her womb, which pain when the child cometh forth, they flat not a moment. Okay, like it said in Matthew 24 we read, alright, the beginning of sorrow, and then in our teeth at the first, alright, of the birth pain with many more to come. Alright, so this is talking about when it's going to start to increase more and more, and they're not going to flap for a moment. And this could very well be the beginning of those birth pains, right? The beginning of sorrow. Okay, so what's listed above that? The wars, the rumors of war, the pestilences, the famine, all right, the earthquake. It's verse 39. Verse 38 again, as when a woman with child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pain compass her womb, which pain when the child cometh forth, they flat not a moment. Even though shall not the plague be flat that come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Okay, and that's the time that we are entering into, man. All right. Now you can jump up. I want to say, yep. This is verse 18. All right. It's the beginning of sorrow. Let me go to verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon, like with America and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. All right. Let's jump down to 18. It's the beginning of sorrow and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death. All right, and it's lined up through Matthew 24. All right, all these things are listed, and it said these are the beginning of sorrow. Okay, the beginning of sorrow and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evil, bad time. What shall I do when the evil shall come? Okay, and what are these things that are coming? Okay, it said, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as a scourges for amendment, right? And correction, all right, to get you right, all right, for you to fear the Lord. Scripture said, by the terror of the Lord, therefore we persuade men. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges, right? Because they're not mindful of these instruments that are being used to get them. All right, that's correcting their actions. Okay. That's pretty much it on that. Because, the point was brought out that these are the beginning of sorrow that we're coming into, man. And like there are many, many more things to come, man. All right, Jacob Trouble, MOTB, and World War III. So with that, shalom.